We've got tips and recipes for healthy living. So for fun and inspiration, come and join us in the raw food world.
Welcome everybody, this is Matt Monarch with the Raw Food World TV show, coming at you live in the early morning of December 21st, 2012. Now, the information in this video has the potential, in my opinion, to transform your life forever. I think I'm actually going to close the comments on this video because I don't have the time to kind of watch them on this very important day, and many people might write me off as a Looney Tune after today, but that's okay. For the few of those who can grasp the concept that I'm bringing to you today, on December 21st, 2012, on the final chance, your life can be changed forever from all the research that I've done. Okay, I ask you to keep an open mind, and here we go. I just did a video, probably a few weeks ago, called We Need to Change. And what happened in this video was I did a video in the supermarket, and I kind of was a jerk off to many mainstream people by going through the aisles and being a goofhead. And I apologized. And a lot of my following was like, you don't need to apologize, this is us, blah, 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 blah. And then I did another video called We Need to Change. And it was a very popular video. Our following loved it. And in this video, I said, we should drop judgment. And what judgment was, I said, is, for example, many of us are health food eaters, raw food eaters, and when there's a loved one who's eating some food, maybe from a fast food restaurant, and we look at it, it makes our stomach turn, and we just know it's not us. And when we look, judgment comes in, and it's unavoidable. Like, this feeling of judgment comes in. But then what I said is, what we choose to do with it makes the difference. We feel the judgment come in when we look at their food, and we can either feed that judgment and we act as a conduit, and they actually feel the judgment and they kind of are like, get away from me, like, let me eat in peace. Or I said we can take control of it, transcend it, and touch your loved one on the back and say, I love you. And then they feel good. And you've given them love instead of this judgment that came through. That's unavoidable. And in that video I said, what is that judgment? What is it? Like, we don't want to judge people. We know judging is not good. It says it in like every scripture out there. Why does it come in? Like, where did it come from? I did not invite you to come in and judge other people through me as a conduit. I've just been so weak for so many years that I've actually entertained this judgment and judged other people, and I'm trying to change here, and like, what's going on here? Like, what is it? This is the concept today. And forget judgment. This concept works across the board. Here we are as human beings, and energies come into our body, feelings come into our body, emotions come into our body, anger, insecurity, greed, fame, ego. These things come into us. What is it? Our true self doesn't want that stuff, right? It's not a pleasant feeling. I don't want to feel insecure. Why am I insecure? Like, what is it? So I started asking questions to people like, what do you think it is? And they're like, well, pride and ego is us and our mind. And our mind thinks, and it's not our true self, but we somehow create or allow or something to make these uncomfortable vibrations occur inside of our body. Okay, if that's the case, your mind, which you think is you, an ego, whatever, you're creating something. Thoughts, science has proven that they are tangible. They are tangible thoughts. So these feelings of insecurity, depression, sadness, happiness, all these things that come in, you feel them, right? Everybody feels these things. So if a thought can be tangible, then it's obvious to me that something you actually feel that touches your being, your essence, is tangible. Right? It's tangible. You feel it. So I don't understand how my mind creates something tangible to hurt me. What is it? Okay. Meditation. I've talked many times that I don't necessarily like the term meditation, and you're going to discover why. Now, many gurus out there that are into the spiritual aspects say that the answer to salvation is to meditate. So what meditators do is they watch. And what happens is they'll look at anger come in. Oh, there it is. Oh, wow. They don't act on it. And they just watch it do its thing. Oh, there's insecurity. And what happens is meditators gain some sense of control over these tangible things that enter the body that you actually feel. And true essence and energy can actually build up in a meditator. And we're going to get into meditation a little bit further, but I want to talk about why 2012, December 21st, is so important. So these things that come in, judgment, anger, they happen. We don't have control over it. It just happens. It comes in. There's no avoiding it. We all go through these sensations and feelings. And today, December 21st, which happens once in a millennia of mere existence, if you can grasp this concept and do the work and focus and meditate and understand these things that come in and grasp this concept completely, and with this rapid evolution that's happening right now on December 21st, 2012, you are given, God-given, the chance of a life, mere existence, to get locked in of what I like to call above the grid. And these things, if you can do this before the cutoff on December 21st, then these things you will have control over. So let's go back to meditation. So the first aspect that meditators teach you is to watch these things and understand them. And this is definitely a good start. But it's not going to take you above. And this is why I don't like meditation, and this is why I'm about to give you the key of getting above this. So the meditation of the focus is key to understand these things. And the rate December 21st has for you gives you such a rapid pace of energetic evolution that's happening right now that you can grasp this concept. Watch these things. Figure out what's happening. And why I don't like the term meditation. There's scriptures out there. I like reading the scriptures because there's a lot of hints of all the different religions. I'm against religion, but I love scriptures. And there's a lot of scriptures that have been hidden from the people. They've been taken out. And there have been scriptures that have been taken out that I've seen in very popular religions, where a guru teaches you to meditate and raise your vibration. And what this guru does is it utilizes you as like kind of like a conduit, a battery in some sense, to use your energy for themselves to serve and rise. And the final key is given, but most people don't grasp it, so they don't take it to the next level. And let me tell you my experience really quickly, so you can understand why I'm saying all this and where I'm coming from. I know a lot of this sounds like jargon and really confusing, but it's going to all tie in and wrap up at the very end. I'll do a conclusion. Right around when Araya was born, just over a year ago, I almost lost my business. I went through a major crash, just crumble. Everything fell. And why this happened, as I've said in many videos before, when you detox, what I like to think is detox the body with colon hydrotherapy and a really clean diet, especially when you're doing raw foods and colon hydrotherapy, your body becomes a more in tune, receptive, biological machine to that universal cosmic spiritual energy. You just feel vibration. You have it. You're just like in there, and it's just like a high. You could see more energy almost on a different level. It's amazing. If you sincerely do this for years and years and really take this to heart without veering and just doing the colon cleansing. And I said there was many paths to this. And another path is meditation. You clean all this stuff out to where you get some kind of understanding, and so these things don't suck your energy, and you gain more energy. So what happened to me was I went on a raw food diet, did this crazy colon hydrotherapy, and all of a sudden my third eye opens, and I have this crazy vibration. This vibration just was incredible, and I wanted to know more, so I went to a bookstore, and I'm like, where's the spiritual section? And I came across Osho, who teaches meditation. So I started meditation, and this third eye thing became more strong. And my vibration increased and increased, and I took the meditation to a level to where I was able to not control these things completely, but understand it, and my energy was booming between the two. I took them both to crazy extremes, so I had extremely high vibration. And as I said, I've given hints in other videos, high vibration creates more responsibility. So I've said that the raw foods movement has kind of a lot of responsibility if they're clean and stuff like this, because they have this high vibration. And so what happened to me before this big crash, I had desires. I wasn't clean. And greed and stuff like this came through me. And when I have such a high vibration, this is pretty high impacting. And so I was creating such havoc, being irresponsible with this energy, that I was taught a lesson. My entire business crashed in front of my eyes days before Araya was born. And this little goddess came and so here I was, and on this moment, I was given a choice. One path, I would have lost everything and kept my pride, ego, greed, and all that other stuff. The other one was completely dropping all of that. I don't care about any of that anymore. It doesn't even touch me. And walk a righteous path. And I chose this one very excitedly. And days later, something so supernatural, so super phenomenal happened to me that I witnessed that would blow your mind. And I'm not going to state it here because then I'll really be sent to the loony bin. If you think the parting of the Red Sea was a supernatural phenomena, what I saw was something that doesn't make logical sense. Okay, so let's tie this all together right now. I said before that I've taken meditation and detox to such a level to where I was vibrating like at a very high level. But I was blocked here. I was locked in. I couldn't go any further. That was it. I was done. Why couldn't I go up anymore? Why couldn't I get more vibration? Why was I stuck? It's because I was unrighteous. I was greedy. And after this super phenomenal experience, I realized something. I'm not into religions, but I like the scriptures. And every single religion out there says to love the Creator with all your heart and soul. And if you understand this key, so here I was. I saw something super phenomenal that only the Creator could have done. And at that point, I developed a personal relationship with the Creator and asked and pleaded and served and the one, the wholeness, the source, whatever you want to call it. And that was the door that he allowed me through. And then these things stopped. So meditation is great to focus, to understand these things. Detoxing the body is great to improve your sight and everything like this, to function your body. You don't need it. It's just a great tool. But these things are not the answers. And then, so today, there's this rapid, crazy opportunity happening to where you can do something so fast and rapid that's never been able to be done before in history, is to grasp this concept by watching as much as you can, connecting to whatever you want to call it, the source. Don't worry, I'm not some crazy religious fanatic. You can call it the source, you can call it God, the Creator, whatever you want. Somehow connect to this, develop that relationship, everything, ask to be above. Before this cutoff of December 21st happens, it's an opening. You have the potential to serve and be free and have more life. One last thing. You've heard of many people who have supposedly they can see things. They can see spirits, or you kind of think they're kind of in the cuckoo loony bin, or they talk to the things or whatever. Here we have these vehicles and we see something. And some people, when I started to do this raw food diet, I say sometimes if you stare at a wall, you could kind of sometimes see these, like, it looks like a TV screen with snow on it and almost like the Matrix, and if you just stare and zone out at it. And some people were like, I see it, what is it? Well, I was saying it's energy, because all matter is energy, and some people can tune into this sort of thing, but some people can't. Some people could tune into spirits and some people can't, or that's what people say at least. I don't know, I mean, maybe. So just think about it. We don't drop the logical mind. For example, let's say you see the color yellow. Everybody sees yellow. It's just uniform. It's the same to everybody, yellow. However, how do I know that the yellow I'm looking at is the same yellow that you're looking at? What if you're colorblind? Then we think yellow is completely different. Or what if yellow is different to every single person? We don't know this. There's no way to prove it. Everyone has their own thing. So everybody has the ability to see through their eyes. Now, if this is true, me saying I can actually see energy, and some of these people who say they can see spirits, and some people said, oh, I see those things when I did that video. And if we're telling the truth, then our vehicles can see something and other vehicles can't. So why is this? It doesn't matter why, but we were created by something. Something created us. It's not chance. And that thing that created us, depending on our righteousness and our path and our pure intent, determines on what each vehicle, there's a choice up there that's going on. So the point of this is to keep a little open mind. This is December 21st, 2012. This makes no logical sense. But this is where we're going right now. This is why I've chosen to step up and talk about this stuff that's going to laugh me into the loony bin. There's a cutoff here. I've been downloaded this information that if after this cutoff, if you can rise above this one thing that I'm talking about, understand this concept, connect to the source, and you can be locked in above it. And if not, you'll continue, which the most of us will be, continue with these thoughts and these things that we have no control over. So the concept is meditate, see it, please, ask. Ask and it's given. To be above it, to be locked in afterwards today. And there's a chance, if the source is willing. So I hope that this information is taken to heart, and just keep an open mind. I'm open to being 100% wrong here. I surrender everything. Like, this is just what I've been downloaded. I've been given this information. I'm open to it. And the only reason I'm coming out with this is because it's December 21st. And you have the potential to change your life forever. And this is Matt Monarch. And we'll see you next time at the Raw Food World TV show.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again at the Raw Food World.